Hello Year 2 and welcome to Friday. It's Friday at last, and today we're having a little break from our story writing and we're going to focus in on some adjectives with suffixes when we add the suffix and est. So we need to remember some of the spelling rules that we've been learning. We're going to compare adjectives. This is something we have done in our story writing. Look at these pictures. What do you notice? One is strong. So if I use the adjective strong, what's going to come next? Stronger. And the elephant is the strongest. Here we go with some fast animals. So we say fast, faster, fastest. We call these adjectives comparative and superlative. Here we have our key words. So the adjectives are comparative and superlative. So fast is the adjective. When we compare them, we can say that fast becomes faster. But then we have the fastest, and that's a superlative. When we compare two things, we use comparative adjectives. One might be tall, but the other might be the taller. And when we compare three or more things, they're superlative adjectives. So they are the tallest, or in this case with the animals, the fastest. I have added into the assignments the first activity sheet. The activity sheet asks you to add the comparative and the superlative adjectives to the picture. Have a go, see how you get on. Now look at these words. We've got big, bigger, biggest, and again fast, faster, fastest. What do you notice about these words? Have a good look and have a think. When we're using comparative and superlative adjectives, we often use the suffixes and est. But adding and est to all adjectives isn't quite that easy. As you might remember from adding ed to certain verbs, it will require a spelling rule and things that we need to remember. So for example, short, you add er, just becomes shorter. And short, add est, est, becomes shortest. Nothing changes. The root word, and here is our root word, stays exactly the same. We just add on the suffix. The same with the word long. Long becomes longer or longest. But nothing changes. The root word stays exactly the same. We just add the suffix. Again with great. Greater, greatest. The root word stays the same. Can you add er or est, or est, to these words and write your answers on, well, I've got whiteboards because obviously this would be for the classroom, but write it on a piece of paper, or maybe can you spell them out loud? Let's have another think about adding and est, but this time we're going to add and est to words that end in y. Have a look at these words. I think some of you already know what's going to happen. Pretty becomes prettier, and pretty becomes prettiest. Have you noticed already what's happening? I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue here. Can you see? Tasty becomes tastier and tastiest. Surely you've got it already. If the adjective ends in a y, we need to change the I. It's the same rule as adding ed as a suffix. We change the y to an I, and then we add, in this case, er or est. It doesn't roll off the tongue as greatly as the other one. Let's have a look at the words at the bottom. We've got easy and happy. Now look at the adjectives. They both end in y. Have a go at writing easier and happier, easiest and happiest. Remember that spelling rule as you go. Did you get them right? Let's have another look at another spelling rule. Adding and s to words at the end that end in e. Let's have a look at these words and see if you can remember the same rule as adding ed. So wise becomes wiser and wise becomes wisest. Can you see what's happening? We just add the er, but we need to drop the e. Have a look at strange. Exactly the same rule. It becomes stranger or strangest. But look again. The e needs to be dropped. So the e, and we just add er. We drop the e and we add est. When the word ends in e, we knock the e off before we add the or the est, just as we knock the e off before we add ed. Can you add est to and est to these words? Write your answers on a piece of paper or spell them out loud. We have the word late and cute. They end in an e. Can you remember what you need to do to make later cuter, latest cutest? And now another spelling rule. Let's see if we're beginning to remember these because they are the same. Have a look at these words. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue here. We have sad, s-a-d. A is a short vowel sound, and then it's followed by our consonant d. S-a-d. Can you see what's happened? Have a look at another one. Thin, s-i, I is a short vowel sound. S-i, Can you see what's happened? These adjectives all end in a vowel and then one consonant. It's really important that we remember that that vowel is a short vowel sound. Thin, I, is short, and it's followed by the consonant n. So what do we do? When an adjective ends in a vowel and then one consonant, we need to double the last consonant to keep the vowel short. See if you can do that with these two words. Add and est to ot and et. hot and wet. Both of them have got the short vowel sound. So what do we need to do to the consonant? In the assignments, I have attached this activity. Have a go at one of the sheets. You can choose 1 star, which is the easy one, 2 star, which is the okay one, and 3 star, which just gives you those few extra challenges. It's up to you which one you do. Have a go and see if you can remember all those spelling rules for adding and est to adjectives. Remember, when the word ends in E, we knock the E off the end before we add ER or EST. If the adjective ends in Y, you've got it, we change the Y to an I, and then we add or est. Can you remember the last consonant? The last spelling rule, sorry. It's the trickiest one of all. When an adjective ends in a vowel and then a consonant, double the last consonant to keep the vowel short. Okay, I'm sure you're going to get on fine with this. I look forward to seeing all your answers. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and see you soon.